But one thing I'm sure about is that whether it's the state or the federal, we were not prepared for this. We've not been responsible financially. We take due advantage of any circumstances. The fact is that Nigeria government is about copy and paste. They are following what the Western nation is doing. You are aware that there are going to be a debt relief. You are aware that there's going to be a stimulus package that's going to be given to the federal government by IMF. We're not badly affected about this, but that doesn't mean that COVID-19 is not real. But it's unfortunate, rather, that we as Nigerians will take undue advantage of any circumstance. Now, if the government said they spent $1 billion, for example, in Edo State, if the government said they had reached out to people through palliative measures, how many of those can you confirm? Which area? Was it done along party line, or was it done for every citizen of Edo State? I am from this area. I've not seen anything. But I also know that I've been to IDP camp. We've not seen them there. I want to go give them some food and some other things to help them. I also went to my village at Ovia Northeast to assist them. I'm not saying they're not doing anything at all, but when they are talking about figure, you know that something is already wrong. Federal level, where they claim that over 100 billion was spent in 3 days. I mean, come on, how did they do that? And then look at how fire gutted the place because of fraud, so that when we're going to tell them to explain, to audit for us, then there's no documentation to show. It's really unfortunate. I am pained. I'm very sad that they are taking advantage of this COVID-19 again. When government pays salary to us, they are not doing us a favor. It's their responsibility. It's like when you pay salary for your children, you're not helping your wife. It's your moral responsibility to take care of your children. So I'm not going to thank the governor for doing that. It's his responsibility. And those others who also deducted money away, they are morally bankrupt. They should be ashamed of themselves. They are supposed to add even more money, more incentive to it. Let me tell you something that will happen very soon. Nigeria is broke. Nigeria is completely broke because we have our oil on high sea. Nobody's buying. We're even looking for off-takers to take it. Nobody wants to take it. Nigeria was not prepared. They didn't even have storage abroad, like Russia or like Saudi Arabia. Okay? You see, problem doesn't break you. Problem makes you. It has exposed some of the corrupt pastors who will give you stickers for your car, and they will have an army of soldiers or police to escort them. It has escorted them. It has also exposed them that they were not performing any miracle. They have never visited the hospital before to go and heal the sick or to cure the blind. They have not done that. Their miracle is bad. Your mother-in-law is a witch. Your father-in-law is a witch. And somebody's, these were all just what they call a showboat that we're doing. They expose the area of you giving security vote to governors. The area is going to be over now because we don't have money. What we depend on was oil. So this is going to force us now to go back to farming, to go back to what we used to do, to go back to the granite pyramid, to go back to, we're doing maize, doing cassava, exporting organic food to abroad. So it's only the strong that will survive the time we are. And I know as Nigerians, we are good people. We are strong people. If Nigeria has the courage now to slash this or some of these disgruntled honorables, they are not honorable. Some of them, they don't deserve that name honorable because most of them are very disgruntled. They don't do anything. Why do we pay people a lot of salaries when they don't do anything? Why are you slashing the ordinary people's salary when they don't do anything? You talk about security vote given to states and we are not secure. You can put that money into education. You can put that money into infrastructure. You can put that money into some scientific programs. You can put that money into bursary. You can encourage people to go to school for free. Because we have the human resources here, but we have very, very fair leadership. This is a country where a police will work for 35 years. A police will not own a house. It's preposterous. It's a country where teachers train some of these disgruntled elements. At the end of their life, they cannot own a house. It's a country where journalists don't have incentives. In America or Canada, journalists have incentives. And that's why they write well. Because the journalists that I know in the whole world, they are people who chop fire for us as citizens to drink water. And that's why today, most of journalists compromise. Sometimes when I grant interview, sometimes they are afraid to say it how it is. And just quickly, because of some of these disgruntled journalists, as I've said, not all of them, Most recent now, this is going to be a disclaimer, a rejoinder. I was seeing on news that some issues happened here in 2007 in my house with the present SSG, which is, of course, my brother, my friend, Barrister Osagie Eholor. I can't recall such incidents. And even if people had issues, they quarrel, they're also bound to settle. So I'm very surprised that somebody went out there to my line to insult Barrister Osagie Eholor and uses me as a reference. I categorically deny that person, and I deny that incident. And I am looking for that person, and if I get the person, I have a right to sue him. He owed me an apology, and he owed Barrister Osagie Eholor apology. People cannot use politics to destroy people. Let us play politics of civilization. Let us play politics that we can sit down and discuss and unite ourselves and move the country forward.